Chromeo, business casual.
You know, albums like this make me wish I had some sexy clothes to wear. This is about as close as we're getting to sexy today, guys. But it's not how we roll. First off, before I start this review, I want to say, hey, there's this really awesome French garage rock band that you guys should check out on theneedledrop.com. Download a track from their new self-titled LP. Link in the D-box. Hi, Kevin. And I also want to thank everybody for coming out to the Blog TV last night. I announced it on our Facebook page, on our Twitter page. Links to those inside the D-box so you can stay up to date whenever I'm feeling like doing a Blog TV. All right, no more stalling. Chromeo is a Canadian duo, and this is their third LP, Business Casual. And there's nothing to really get about Chromeo. I mean, you gotta love an act that you could just take for face value. What makes this album good is not a mystery, it's dance music. Ha ha ha, with a very strong funk influence coming in on the synthesized bass lines and the talk box backup vocals. There's a lot of new wave and disco all over the mix on this LP, which shouldn't be anything new for longtime fans of these guys. I have to say the biggest change that Chromeo makes on Business Casual is that they take it down a notch on the electro. You know, the kind of sound that you may find on a Chromeo track like Fancy Footwork, which from what I understand has actually gotten the guys some recent attention because that song actually showed up in the movie Step Up 3D. This album has, I'm gonna warn you, a lot of kitsch to it. A lot. It's a very distinct sound that caters to a very specific type of music listener. Someone who is looking for some sexy, smooth, dance floor ballads with lyrics about nothing but love, lust, and longing. In that respect, Chromeo is slightly one-dimensional, but they make their biggest effort yet to kind of rectify that on this LP. Songs like Night by Night and Don't Turn the Lights On are untouchable pieces of foot-moving perfection. But Chromeo sounds equally as comfortable in tracks like, gonna butcher some French here, Je claque la porte, which is this acoustic-led pop song sung in French. And Business Casual ends with the song Grow Up, where Chromeo kind of indulges in a very Huey Lewis and the News type of sound. It was surprising to hear them go in this direction, and they took to it like ducks to water. Though I am loving this album, I will bring up its biggest issue, corniness. There is just a pervasive corniness throughout most of the songs on this thing. That's kind of what makes it enjoyable, but there are some spots where it even gets to me, kind of. On the longest track of Business Casual, You Make It Rough, there's something about that song. The lyrics are narrated, it's about an unstable woman putting the main character through a living hell, and just the sparse synthesizers in there, just kind of the talking, it's a little... It's cheesy. However, that is much, much, much less of an issue on this album than it has been on Chromeo's past efforts, where I've kind of cringed a lot. Though I'm not with them 100% of the time, I understand that that's just the nature of this band. They're just over the top in their slickness. They're just so slick. They're so slick. And that slickness, how cool these guys feel and sound on this album, the great hooks, the fantastic mix, which I really have no issues with whatsoever, the synthesizers, the influences. This thing is squeaking by with a light 9. Yes, a light 9. We're doing that. I pretty much enjoyed it from beginning to end. Yeah, just a few spots in there where I was like, maybe this is a little too, hey baby, for me. But, yeah, that's pretty much what this album is like. Slicked hair back. Hey, honey, I do know what this album's game is. I know the strategy it's trying to play. But, just because I know what it's trying to do, doesn't mean I don't enjoy it. Which I clearly do. A lot. Glad we hit a high note here, guys. Let me know what you think of this album down there in the comments. Are you loving it? Are you hating it? I know there are going to be a lot of y'all who maybe this is just too much for. Just too much for it. And if it is, let me know, and let me know why. I'm very interested to hear some opposing thoughts. Anthony Fantano, Chromeo, Business Casual, forever and ever and ever and ever.